The LA Metro, Los Angeles' primary transit agency, is one of the biggest in the United States. While the agency is mainly focused on bus and light rail transport, there is still a lot to be found within the system, and it could provide hours upon hours of fun gameplay within TSW. In this video, I am suggesting the LA Metro for TSW2. If you enjoyed this video and agree with this suggestion, like the video and the DTG forum suggestion, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Also, become a channel member with the link in the description if you would like to support me further. Let's get into it. The Los Angeles Metro, specifically the LA Metro Rail, is the metro system serving the Los Angeles County area. The system runs 6 lines in total, 4 light rail lines, and 2 subway lines. We'll be talking about most of these in this video, however I'll really be putting emphasis on the subway lines as I've already partially covered the light rail lines in a previous video. The system has a total of 93 stations and 97.6 miles of revenue service track. The system saw an annual ridership of over 100 million passengers in 2018, and while it doesn't seem like much when compared to other systems like the New York City subway and London Underground, it is a considerable amount, with some light rail trains being packed during rush hours. Recently, in 2020, the Metro changed its naming schemes for every line in the system. While before, lines were referred to by their color, now they are referred to by their letter, similar to systems like the New York City subway. However, different from that system, the lines aren't said as the A train, but rather the A line. Why is this? I don't really know, but if you do, please tell me in the comments below. Of the 4 light rail routes, I would suggest the L line or Gold line and the E line or Expo line. These 2 lines include some interesting sections of track, like the L line running in the median of the 210 freeway. It is also the longest rail line in the entire LA Metro rail system, clocking in at about 30 miles with 27 stations. The line runs between the Citrus College Station in the north and the Atlantic Station in the south, crossing the central business district of downtown LA to get in between them. A project named the Regional Connector is set to be open next year in 2022, providing a rail link between the A, E, and L lines. This could open the possibility of seeing some Gold Line services running to 7th Street Metro Center, allowing players to transfer across the platform onto an Expo line train. The Expo line, the second shortest rail line in the LA Metro area, runs between the 7th Street Metro Center and the Santa Monica stations, and instead of a north and south route, it runs an east and west route. Clocking in at about 13 miles with 19 stations, this would provide players with some nice street running and grade-separated sections, all while transporting passengers to the lovely Santa Monica beach. Now I'm going to be moving on to the 2 subway lines. First up, we have the B line, also known as the Red Line. It was first opened in 1993 and is LA's first subway line. It runs fully underground for its 16 miles and 14 stations. Now, I won't lie to you and say that this is the most interesting subway system, because it definitely is not. But I believe that these 2 lines, we'll get to the other line soon, could be some nice supplemental lines for a route that is mostly focused on the light rail aspect of the system. The line runs in between the North Hollywood Station in the north and the Union Station in the south, where it has a connection to the L line. The line has seen many proposals for expansions, but due to Los Angeles' mostly car-centric past and multiple setbacks in plans, the line has stayed with its current routing for the past 20 years. Something that many people may not know is that the LA Metro Red Line was actually featured in a movie named Speed, which involved one of the subway trains overspeeding under the streets of LA and eventually crashed right onto the street of Hollywood Boulevard above. If you haven't seen the movie before, I'd highly recommend watching it. The D line, or Purple Line, is the only other subway line in the city. It runs for a total of 6.5 miles and has 8 stations, although those numbers will be increasing as a massive expansion project is underway to extend the line further west for another 7 stations. Most of the line is shared with the other subway line, the B line, with the line splitting from the B line at the 7th Street Metro Center station, which not only has a connection to the B line, but the Expo line as well. It runs between Union Station and the Wilshire Western Station. The line out to Wilshire was opened in 1996, but surprisingly, the Purple Line wasn't designated as its own until 2006, originally being designated as the Wilshire branch of the Red Line. The D line, like the B line, is also a fully underground line. However, I don't see that as much of a big deal, as I've already said that I see the two subway lines as supplemental lines to a light rail route. Maybe DTG can wait a bit to create this route until the D line extension is complete to give the player a longer playing time along the line. The two lines run every 10 minutes during peak times, which leads to a train every 5 minutes in the core section between 7th Street and Union Station, and a train every 12 minutes during off-peak times. During nights, trains run every 20 minutes. Now, the LA Metro runs a variety of rolling stock on the light rail lines, however, the subway lines only see one type of rolling stock. Starting with the light rail rolling stock, the two lines I suggested, the E and L, run the Ansaldo Breda P2550 and Kinky Shario P3010. The P2550, constructed between 2005 and 2011 and introduced in the system in 2007, is the second newest rolling stock in the system. It currently only runs on the Gold Line. Surprisingly, these light rail vehicles are capable of operating speeds of up to 77 miles per hour. The P3010, constructed by Kinky Shario between 2014 and 2020, first entered service in 2016, replacing the Nippon Shario P865 and P2020 rolling stock in the system. These trains operate on the A, C, E, and L lines and are capable of automated train control, ATO operation, however only for the C line, air conditioning, and more. The LA Metro opted not to order any more rail cars from Alessandro Breda and to start ordering from Kinky Shario due to multiple delays with the previously mentioned fleet, the 2550. Moving on to the subway stock, we have the A650, constructed by Breda. It was constructed between 1988 and 1997 and first entered service when the Red Line opened in 1993. The first batch of trains, manufactured between 1988 and 1993, are propelled by DC chopper traction motors from Westinghouse, while the second batch of trains, manufactured between 1995 and 1997, include AC inverter traction motors identical to the ones found on the now retired 1000 series cars found on the Washington Metro. The cars were based on the design of the Budd Universal Transit Vehicle, which stopped production in 1987, along with the entire railcar portion of the Budd Company. The trains usually run in 4 to 6 car consists and feature systems such as automated train operation and air conditioning, although I'm unsure if the ATO feature is used during regular operations. The A650 fleet is set to be replaced by the new HR 4000 series, which will be constructed by CRRC by 2024. The LA Metro may not be the best or most advanced metro system in the United States, but it is still very interesting. A route featuring the system in the game could open the door to more commuter, metro, or even light rail routes in the future. It would also open the door to more fun and engaging American passenger routes. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see the LA Metro in TSW2, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Also, don't forget to like the suggestion on the DTG forums, and if you would like to support the channel even more, consider becoming a channel member. Peace.